Alright, so it's been a while since I've last been on Hypixel, and I just got on, and I just got a notification right here. Auto tip is out of date. Click here to update. Update severity critical. So I'm probably gonna have to fix that one sec. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another Skywars video. Kind of a boring intro, don't you think? A little bit lackluster, doesn't really pull the viewer in, you know. As YouTuber Creator Studio says, I need to find new and interesting ways to intrigue my viewers. So, what's a good intro idea for my content? What would be a good way to spice up that intro? Well, how about ask a question that we should all be asking in today's society, such as, is an ice cube a condiment? Now, I know it sounds like a stupid question at first, like, oh, Omicron, why would you even be asking about this? Have you really run out of that many content ideas? Well, yes. But, you know, it's an interesting question. Is an ice cube a condiment? And, you know, I was skeptical too at first, but, you know, let's start off with the succession, right? So, first off, what is a condiment? Well, you know, I didn't look up on Merriam-Webster's what a condiment is. I'm too lazy to put one on screen or something like that, or look one up right now, so haha. You know, but I can't tell you like the historical origin or the etymology of, is it etymology? I think it's etymology. The creation, I don't know. The player has been removed from your game for hacking or abuse. Thanks, Watchdog! Man, Watchdog really doing some great work out there. Anyway, so I didn't look up what a condiment is, and I can't tell you the specific origin of where the word condiment comes from or when condiments were made. Like, I can't tell you, oh, well, you see, in 1853, a man named by the name of Thomas Condiment was the first to come up with the idea of a condiment because he mixed two tomatoes together to make a tomato-like paste that was used on his sausage. Like, you know, I can't tell you that or stuff like that. So, you know, oh, that was a nice bow kill, actually. Let's go. Anyway, yeah, I can't. Jeez, there's a ton of people. Get out of my life. I'm trying to discuss the most important question in today's society. So yeah, I can't tell you where the origin of the word condiment comes from. I don't have that knowledge or those resources on me, unfortunately. But you know, let's continue the conversation. We should join the next game. So when I think of condiments, I think of relish, ketchup, and mustard as you know, condiments and stuff. I guess you could think of pasta sauce as a condiment. Nacho cheese would be a good example. The point is, those are all examples of condiments in my eyes, and some people probably wouldn't agree with the pasta sauce thing. Like, in my eyes, sauces and salsas are kind of condiments. That's what I think, at least. I mean, I don't really see that much of a difference between ketchup and pasta sauce in terms of what they're doing to whatever you're eating. Like, obviously they taste different, but if I add pasta sauce to my pasta, as opposed to if I add ketchup to my ketchup, like, I feel like they're kind of doing the same thing. They're like an afterthought of the food. Like, I'm still eating pasta if I put pasta sauce in it. I'm still eating a hot dog if I put ketchup on it. It doesn't change the food so that it's suddenly now this new thing. It's just a hot dog. It just has ketchup on it. So the idea of a condiment is that it's not the main thing. It's kind of like it's an addition. It's a modifier. If you're a gamer, a good example of how to explain a condiment is that it's a modifier to whatever you're playing. If I'm playing GTA and I have mods on, it's still GTA. It just has modifications on. So it's not like I'm changing up the game. It's still the same game, just with a few modifiers on. I guess you could think of condiments the same way. They modify whatever food you're eating or whatever substance you're consuming. But I wouldn't think of something like, you know, cereal with milk. I feel like, you know, milk's not really a condiment because it's kind of one of the main properties of cereal. Unless you're one of those people that just eats dry cereal. I don't really like dry cereal that much, but if it's something like Lucky Charms where you can eat it by itself, then I'm completely fine with it. Anyway, the point is, like, a condiment is generally not important in the food. Like, it's generally just kind of like minimal, kind of just there. It makes the food taste different, but it's not the food by itself. Like, I wouldn't eat ketchup by itself unless I was feeling lonely. Very, very lonely, because whoever eats ketchup by just ketchup, ugh, that kind of makes me like gag in my mouth. But you know, I wouldn't eat just ketchup by itself. And this kind of all applies to an ice cube. So let's go over really quickly what we thought about a condiment. So with a condiment, you generally don't eat it by itself. Now, I know a lot of people do like to eat ice cubes, but let me ask you this. If you were hungry and you went to your fridge, you wouldn't go to your ice dispenser and just pour yourself a glass. Like, you'd probably look for something a little bit more nutritious, like, you know, some other snack, like something that's actually, you know, worth eating. And an ice cube is not really something that you would consider a snack. or a meal. So it kind of falls under that with condiments. What else do condiments have? Well, a condiment, it's generally a modifier, right? Well, that's kind of what an ice cube is. It modifies whatever drink you're having. It makes it colder, and it's slightly more watery. That's why some people don't like ice cubes. I personally, I like chilled lemonade, but other people might not like chilled lemonade because they want to have warm lemonade. And I know some people that are like that, and that's perfectly fine because that's how they like their lemonade. I like my lemonade with a few ice cubes in it because I don't like the idea of warm lemonade. Okay, I don't know what that exchange was, but I lagged pretty hard. I was a little skeptical, that's why I kind of went silent, in case anyone's wondering. So we've already got two distinct similarities between condiments and ice cubes. Those being, you generally wouldn't eat ice cubes and condiments by themselves unless you're feeling lonely. But, you know, generally wouldn't eat them by themselves as like a nutritious, good meal. Like, you'd probably look for a different snack than eating condiments. And two, an ice cube is a modifier, and so is a condiment. It modifies whatever you put it on or put it in. Like, for instance, lemonade, the lemonade example that I used, you put it in, it tastes colder. If you put ketchup on a hot dog, it doesn't mean that it's not a hot dog anymore. It just means that it's just has hot ketchup in it. Just same thing with a Pepsi. If I put an ice cube in Pepsi, it's still a Pepsi, not Pepsi with ice cubes. It's just a Pepsi. So that's obviously those are two pretty good differences, honestly, in terms of the definition of a condiment and is an ice cube a condiment or not. Now, a lot of people probably have already thought of the difference. Well, I mean, one good example that you could use to prove that an ice cube isn't a condiment is the fact that most condiments are generally liquid, right? Like pasta sauce, ketchup, and mustard. You know, they're generally not like drinks. Obviously, you wouldn't drink ketchup or stuff like that, but they're still all liquid items, right? Like that's kind of a similarity between a lot of condiments. Now, that is in fact a good comparison between those condiments, but the problem is it's not uniform. There's a few examples where that's not the case, such as, you know, relish. Relish has little bits of onion in it, and that's a different state. It's not liquid onion, it's an actual onion. So, and that doesn't make relish not a condiment. It just means that it has, you know, solid bits in it. But that means we can't use that argument as an example as to why a ketchup, why ice cubes are not condiments. So, you know, and also, like, take for another example, you know that pasta sauce that has little chunks of tomato in it, in case you like that taste of tomato? It's still a condiment, it just is a different variation on that tomato sauce. So we can rule the state of matter conversation out of the picture of is an ice cube a condiment or not, you know. And in fact, that actually kind of strengthens our argument a little bit, because if you think about it, a condiment is generally a liquid on a solid, like a hot dog, and an ice cube is a solid and a liquid. So it's kind of like an inverse condiment, but it still has that kind of solid liquid relationship. So it's the opposite of whatever you're putting it on in terms of state of matter, unless you in terms of liquid and solid. So in a way that kind of strengthens our argument. Now, the problem with the argument is the topic of flavor. Doesn't a condiment have to have flavor? Like spices are condiments, ketchup is a condiment, and those all have flavor. They taste like tomatoes, they taste like oregano, basil, stuff like that. That's a key defining feature of a condiment. And the problem with, you know, an ice cube is that an ice cube doesn't really have any flavor. It tastes like water, and generally whatever you're drinking is going to already have some water substance in it. So that's kind of the problem with the argument of over is an ice cube a condiment or not. It doesn't have any flavor. It's not adding flavor, which is a key feature of what a condiment does. So we can't really choose that as a good comparison. So that it kind of leaves us stuck. That's a good example of is an ice cube a condiment? No, it's not. And honestly, though, you could probably still pose some more arguments over is an ice cube a condiment or not. I mean, leave down your things below if you want. I personally think that this conversation has gone on for way too long. I should just stick to regular commentaries, to be honest. Let's finish this man off. Where is this guy? Yemeni. It's Yemeni, dude. Hello, Yemeni. Can we chill out? Maybe down and chill. Where is this guy? Okay. He's off in Neverland. I don't know what he's doing. Come on, dude. Just come at me. I'm lagging really hard. I need to get this episode over. Okay? Can you just die? Thank you. Wow, it was really laggy. I don't know why the last two fights were really laggy. And they were both on this map. Wow. Originality is not my thing, apparently. Wow, my internet is dying. Anyway, that just about wraps up this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I know it kind of went on a little bit longer and studdier than I wanted it to be, but that's because I haven't really been doing these commentary kind of videos that often, so I apologize, but I tried my best, and isn't that what's important in the end? Anyway, make sure you like, subscribe, I already said that, and just leave that a comment down below. Is an ice cube a condiment or not? Let me know. It's a very pointless conversation, but one nonetheless. So anyway, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.